with, I think, what's going to be a slew of my favorite series of videos. So we are heading into my birthday month, which means Disney. I don't know if you guys know this, I go to Disney World every single year on my birthday. A lot of people ask me if I work there because I guess I seem to always be at Disneyland or Disney World. And it also seems as though that is the most popular topic of conversation on this channel. It is by far one of the most popular videos that I've ever done. I did a top 10 Disneyland hacks. I'm gonna do a top 10 Disney World hacks for sure. And so obviously when you start planning for a trip, you start thinking about what you're gonna wear. And I start thinking, because I'm a little bit weird, about my ears, about my mouse ears. And I really wanted a really unique pair of ears this year. And you know, why would you spend money when you can make them yourself? So I figured that I would show you guys exactly how I made the most, I think, on-brand Angie-esque ears ever that I could have thought of. So I made DIY donut Mickey ears with like gold and glitter and pink and confetti, funfetti, I think that's how you say it. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I did this step by step. So these are the ears. I'm pretty proud of them. They almost look like they're part of like a Wreck-It Ralph situation, and they glitter like crazy. I'm gonna show you guys how I did that and take you through step by step. So let's do this. All right, so the first thing that I started with is I got a honestly super basic headband from Amazon. Most of this stuff can be bought off of Amazon. I will link everything down below, and I got pretty creative with a lot of it. But the headband was just a super basic one, and the reason why I love it is it's not as tight as the ones that you get in Disney, like this one. And so I liked it. I have a little bit of a larger size head, so it didn't push so hard on my temples, and still very stable. The width was perfect, and I got a beige kind of gold tint on it, and I got a pack of 4 so I can make more ears. So if you guys have ideas for other ears, comment down below. Let me know what you guys want me to make. I think I did a pretty freaking good job. So the first thing that I did is I covered the headband with a sequin fabric. And if you're thinking like, where in the hang am I supposed to find sequin fabric? I got you. I got a little bit creative, and I actually found some on Amazon by ordering tablecloths and table runners, depending on the amount that you needed. So the gold, I figured that I needed more, and it was like $30 Canadian to get a huge tablecloth. Like I have more than enough left over. Listen, if you guys wanna make these ears, just come to my house, come get some fabric, we're good to go. Or I could do something else with the gold sequin fabric. You guys let me know if you have ideas. I'm serious about that. I wanna do this again. And so once the headband was covered, all I did really was just use the hot glue gun to cover the headband. I cut a piece that was long enough to cover both ends, and then I kind of just used the tip of the glue gun to melt the ends into it so it was really secure. That's all I did for the actual headband itself, and then I jumped in to the donuts. That was a little bit more complicated to figure out because, if I'm being honest, I didn't want to have to use a sewing machine. I actually bought off of Amazon a handheld sewing machine, but I didn't want to get that complicated. So what I did is I cut out 4 pieces of cardboard that made the shape of the ears. And you want to know how I traced the ears? Because I wanted it to look like the real Mickey ears. I used this as my template. And you know, I can link a template down below. I can make you guys one and link it as a PDF down below. And so once I traced those circles out of cardboard and I cut a smaller hole in the middle, I had my cardboard base, and I made 4 of those because I stuck them back to back on each other. And then from there, I took some batting, some like just, I guess, pillow stuffing type of batting, and I hot glue gunned that to the edge of the cardboard, and from there I took felt. And so you don't just want it to have sequins on top of the batting because the batting will start to come through, and it just makes a nicer backing on the sequins. I did that for everything on this headband except for the headband itself because it already was layered with a layer of, I think, satin on it. And so once I covered the actual donut itself by just snipping little slits in it and pulling it around the edges and hot glue gunning each of the edges, I did that again with the sequin fabric on top, and then I ended up with 4 half donuts, glued the 2 ends together, and then you end up having something that looks truly like a donut. Like it even has the edge. And then the way that I made it look not so unfinished is I actually cut a piece of sequin fabric, not too thick, just thick enough to cover the edges. And what's really cool about the sequin fabric is the sequins will actually melt because of the glue gun, so you can't see the edges, you can't see the seams. It looks seamless. And to me, it looks professionally done, and I am by no means a pro. And I feel like I did a pretty freaking good job. So I did that around the exterior edges, and I did it around the interior edges as well. And then I moved on to the fun part, the icing. And so the icing was just pink felt that I cut out in the same shape as the actual ears, and I covered that with a similar shape of pink sequins. But the way that I got it super freaking sparkly is I covered it again over top of the sequin fabric. So I got a fuchsia sequin fabric, which I was happy with, but it wasn't quite pink and sparkly enough. It had more of a red tint to it. So what I did is I got some glitter, but I got the marquee glitter, which is like the best type of glitter. It shines so much, and I'll link that down below for you guys as well. And so with the hot glue gun, I just added that on top, and then comes the best and most, I would say, tedious part. I thought it was going to be the funnest part. It was hands down the most tedious. And I actually started the process with this. I made all of the confetti, funfetti, what do you call these things? You guys comment down below with what they're at. Sprinkles! Sprinkles! My gosh! I've been calling it funfetti and confetti, and Andre's like, that's not what it's called. Sprinkles. They're not real edible sprinkles, because think about it, if you were to go, because that's what I was gonna do. I was like, I'll just go buy sprinkles and glue sprinkles. If it rains, which it does in Disney World, no matter what, it usually does, that'll drip and leak, and then you'll have colored rainbow colored food coloring going down your cheeks. So what I did is I actually got some, I think it's called SCULPEY clay, and it's baked clay. Like, you can bake the clay so that it actually hardens and cures. And so what I did is I got a clay extractor, I believe is what it's called, and got the adapter at the end that almost comes out as like spaghetti noodles. And so once I did that, I dried up all of these different colors. I tried to pick the most obnoxiously colorful colors, and I just created bowls and bowls of these snipped little spaghetti pieces. And that's how I made it. And you know, I want you to know that you don't need to bake this stuff for very long, because I went through a couple test rounds of the confetti, funfetti sprinkles, faux sprinkles, and I burnt a couple of them, if we're being honest. And it smelled really weird. So you literally just need to bake it for like 10 minutes, even though the instructions say 25. And I just snipped them into really, really small pieces. And if I can give you a tip, make sure that they're snipped into very small pieces, because at first when I started this, I found like the sprinkles were a little bit too long and they didn't look like sprinkles. So that would be my tip. I went back in and I snipped them even smaller. And then along with the glitter, I sprinkled them, same thing, with a hot glue gun along the edges of the donuts. And then I finished it off with a gold bow and a pink bow. And the way that I did this, I didn't even sew the bow. I did a rectangle out of the same gold glitter sequin fabric. I didn't even line it. I put a little bit of batting in the edges of it so that it would stay full. And then I just cut a not even finished or lined piece of the same sequin, wrapped it around tight so that it gave that bow effect, and glued it down in the back so that it covered anything that wasn't, you know, finished or that wasn't quite perfect. But really there's no raw edges on any of this, but the bow really does finish it off. And then I put a pink bow on top, finished it off with the sequins just like I did with the donuts and with the glitter, and then I just stuffed a bunch of glitter or confetti, funfetti sprinkles. I'm just literally gonna call it funfetti confetti sprinkles for you guys so that I cover all my bases, and almost as though it had fallen onto it. Organized chaos. I'm pretty freaking proud of this thing. So it fits. It is already shedding a little bit. So once you're done with it, obviously I didn't do this yet, I would suggest spraying it with an adhesive, like a finishing spray, so that all the glitter can stay. Or you can just have a ton of glitter on you and you're walking around Disney World. But I'm pretty excited. I think, woo! I'm pretty excited about these. I think I might wear them on my birthday. So you guys let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys make your own ears, and if you guys have any suggestions for other ideas for DIYs. I have another DIY coming at you guys soon for Disney and a lot of Disney videos, but if there is any specific DIYs or Disney videos that you guys want to see, comment it down below. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Make sure that you are subscribed so that you can see when I put out the new videos and you get the alert that a new video has been posted, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, dudes!
You're part of it now.